And while it's letting me in, let's go check out this pyro shtick. Your channel. Xenosis Vex. Not Xenoverse 2, Xenosis Vex. 9 hours ago, Asmongold Eorzea's greatest hero, Xeno reacts. Oh, it's Asmongold reacting to something and Xeno reacting to Asmongold's reaction to that. Okay. Okay, which one is it? Is it the slap drama and Pyromancer deletes? Does he have another video about Pyromancer? Massive tank buffs. Golbez. Around the internet. 6.4. The no healer slap drama. Okay.
I've ever
you see,
seen...
I saw it for a second, but I didn't really watch it. Let's see what's going on here.
Bro, hold on. He like deleted all this shit, man. Dude, I don't know why people do this. Why do you tweet dumb shit and then delete it?
I want to know why he's reacting to himself. I would love to see like what actually like led to this point. Like, why is he reacting to himself? Reacting to the Twitter? Like what?
Sorry to tell you this, but it's gonna break your little heart. But if you're a streamer that doesn't average 3-5 viewers, you aren't much of a streamer. Stop walking around spouting opinions. I mean, obviously this is a stupid thing to tweet.
I mean, like it is a stupid thing to tweet. All he's saying is like, if you don't already have affiliate, pretty much, then like don't call yourself a streamer. Say you're trying to be a streamer, I think is what he's trying to say. He's just really bad at communicating that.
Right. We like looked at it a little bit yesterday, but I didn't really think it was a big deal. Ah, shit. Well, if you aren't subbing, then you may as well unfollow and leave the stream because you aren't doing anything to support the streamer. Holy bro. Sorry if that makes you feel guilty or something, but it's the truth. Holy shit.
Yeah, this was the tweet. This was the tweet that I saw that was just like, you are fucking dumb. Why did you tweet this? Why? That is career ending as a streamer.
Dude, just quit. Just stop streaming, man. Seriously.
Yeah.
Just stop. It will be better for not only you, but everyone if you just stop. You know, I feel really bad for the people that actually support him. Like the people that actually follow him and support him and shit, man. This guy doesn't care about anybody but himself. His ego and selfishness is on a whole other level. I don't think he realizes that he's able to be a streamer, not because of him, but because of the people that follow him. Fucking ridiculous, man. This guy's...
Yeah, like I said, like there's so many people who, like, if you look at all like the bigger streamers, they aren't like, you have to sub to me, you have to sub to me. Like a lot of big streamers are, but they're all like hot tub streamers. Like almost everyone is just like, if you can give me money, then yeah, sure, it helps me out. It makes me continue being able to do this. But you just being here is all that really matters, right? You guys in chat right now, you guys just being here is all that really matters. And I know there's an ad in progress. If you can see what I'm saying right now, I appreciate you guys. I'll say it again after the ad.
Channel was popping off when he moved from WoW to 14 because he came in a really good time. His channel was the most successful when all the planets aligned. He came in after Asmon. He was averaging like 5,000 viewers. Because one thing that people love about this game is they love the story. And since he was going to do the story, that was one big thing that people wanted to see.
Yeah, I was watching a thing that was talking about I think it was Asmon even. He was talking about how a lot of streamers, there's actually a lot of streamers who do a really good job pulling in views playing Final Fantasy, but just doing the MSQ, the main story. And the instant they finish the main story, they like lose all those viewers, which I'm kind of scared about myself. I mean, I don't have a lot of views myself, but like say I hit like 20, 30 like average views or something like that when I'm in Endwalker, and then I do the walk and it's over, and then I drop off. That's a little bit of a fear myself, but I mean, I know that happens to a lot of people. If he kept his viewers after finishing the story, then yeah, you're doing something right.
Anyway, so basically, like, all the planets align. So one planet was him doing the story and people wanted to watch. Another one was all of these people that came over with Asmon. They were all like,
Yep.
oh, this guy's a WoW streamer too. So he came over. So I'll watch him.
Exactly what I was saying earlier. He was a WoW streamer. Asmon was a WoW streamer. Asmon came over. He came over. Stars aligned with that. Oh wow. Yeah, exactly what he's saying.
So basically, like, he let that get to his head.
I was
He
saying
let
this
it
earlier.
get to his head, man. Yeah, so that's the thing, right? Like, Asmon watched his rant, because, like, whatever Asmon touches is gold, you know what I mean? So when Asmon reacted to it, you know, some people thought it was funny, some people thought it was cringe, some people thought it was unhinged, you know, whatever. Like, he got used to that, right? But
I
see,
mean,
what he didn't realize
it was cringe. It was unhinged. It was completely crazy out there. Like the way he just like blew up.
is that all of that hype, it was going to go away. But he didn't think it was going to go away. He thought he was just going to average 5,000
I don't think you guys can see it. I think my cam is covering it. Someone in his chat just said, "Touch me, Asmon."
viewers streaming this fucking game. No, this game ain't that good, brother. Streamers need to realize that when you have an insane viewer count, there's a reason. There's a special condition. Unless your viewer count is just that high. Okay, so like, I'll give you an example. Okay, so like back when I first started to stream, you know, I had like 50 views, 100 viewers, you know,
Yeah.
and then my friend, which actually, he makes
So I'll say this, like even like 50 views, 100 viewers, you start to get into the realm of like actually like mattering on like the content. Because I think the average viewership on Twitch is like 20 or something like 12 or it's like something like that. But that is the average. So that's including all the people streaming right now with like one viewer and including like I don't know, is Asmon streaming right now? Go to Twitch. Who's some big Ponto 394, right? I think I have Zachroar followed. I do, but he's not live right now. But yeah, like so let's go to Final Fantasy real quick. Final Fantasy 14 online. So we got 4.6 thousand viewers currently right now. The average is probably nowhere near that. I think the average is probably going to be like 5 or something like that. I could probably even show you here. Let me go to research. Here you go. Include large streamers. There you go. Here's the average for Final Fantasy. So it tops out at about 20 on Tuesdays at 2 a.m. I don't know who streams at that time, but someone pulls in a lot. Now, if you go back to the actual Final Fantasy, you got 394, 53, and then it just tanks. You got a lot of like way more viewers than I do usually. Like they got 32, 47. Also, it's the for every Amaranth or Pokemon or XQC, there are thousands of 0 to 2 exactly. And so the instant you're like, so I'm saying like 50 viewers is still good. You're doing a really good job, and you're on like a really good track to like blow up, like to get this to be really stable. I think from what I've seen in a lot of like streamers, if you hit like 400 or something like that, you start to get really stable. Also, I do not understand the Final Fantasy 14 like club like streaming. Like they literally just like set up like idle camera inside of a free company with like someone DJing. They've got like a VTuber model like dancing, and then like that's it. And then they like randomly like talk to chat, and that's like the whole thing. Like I don't know why it's like it's not 14. It's not a club. It's a club inside of a video game. And then you're streaming that club. Is there a Final Fantasy that's like actually like watching like people in clubs? Not in Final Fantasy, but like on Twitch? Because I feel like that would be bigger. 14 nightclubs blew up in the last year or so, I think. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's I don't know why it's so weird to me. I mean, it's just leading into like Ready Player One, right? Essentially. Um, but yeah. Hey, Slice live. But yeah. but one thing I was gonna say on this, like for 50 viewers, so if you average about 4 or 5 just on ad revenue, you're gonna get like $20 a month, about. But you have to get 20 to 30 for like 45 viewers average. You have to get you have to make 50 a month before you get paid out, or a total of 50 and then you get paid out. So if you're averaging 50, then you're averaging like 200 a month probably. That's without subs. That is just ad revenue. It's without subs, without donations. With 50 viewers, you're probably getting subs. You probably have some whale sitting in the background pumping money into your stream. On top of that, they give you like, I don't know, like 45 gift subs in like per month or some bullspit like that, right? So at 50 viewers, you're starting to get to the point where it's actually starting to be like, this is a usable hobby. And then you start to get to 100 viewers and you get 400 a month, and then you go on and on and on. Like you're once you're at like 400 viewers averaging, right? You're averaging like $2,000 a month. Wow, this is a job. Granted, that's before tax, but that's also just the ad revenue,
Makes a lot.
not including sponsors and everything like that. So yeah, I mean, like, I don't really care if you guys sub. I know the ads suck. Thank you for just showing up, just period. You helped me pay for my Final Fantasy sub. That's all I really get out of the ad revenue. It just pays for my Final Fantasy sub. Otherwise, I just like doing this. It's fun, and I'm glad you guys can be here. Anyone who is sitting around lurking, Alex, all you guys, thank you. Let's continue on this though. Let's go watch someone who is not grateful for their viewers.
A lot of my graphics for me. My
I'm not meaning Xenos. I'm meaning Pyromancer.
friend makes this shit. He makes a lot of other stuff too. Anyway, my friend was a Destiny streamer, and he would host me with like 700-800 people. I was like, holy fuck, man. And I'll never forget that, because he really helped the channel grow, man. He really did. I mean, obviously, you know, most people left. Well, I would say I gained about 20% whenever he would host me. So my concurrent would increase by like, the other person that's fucked up worse than him is probably Rin.
Okay, hold on, I skipped too far.
It happens every time. Like when we did Ultimate, I had like 10,000. But then, you know, as the days went on, the viewer count dropped. People went on to other streams that were ahead of us. Then we caught.
I would love to start doing Ultimates and like actually clearing like raids and savages and stuff like that. If you guys want me to, I need to unlock the current raid. I do have the character like up to do it on like the main character one I'm like logging into right now. It's probably already logged in. If anyone wants to do that kind of stuff with me, let me know. Join my Discord. You can like talk about it in like the game chat, or like tell me on stream. I would be so down to like learn and try and get a group together to try and do savages. It seems so fun. I used to raid a ton in Destiny. I've done savage raiding for 01 through 4. And Alexander, I think I did 1 through 8 savages on content. That's what I'm meaning, is on content for those. I would love to do on content savage prog. I would also love to clear any ultimate. I've never touched an ultimate, but I mean that's gonna take a while before we get there.
Up and pulled ahead. It grew a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens. He had literally, like, dude, I don't think I've ever seen. Okay, the only other person that's fucked up more.
I just realized this is really loud too. Let me turn it down a little bit. Just a little bit.
Worse than him is probably Rin. I can't.
Rating is definitely not your wheelhouse. You struggle with the EX fights I've done. Savage and ultimates are beyond intimidating to me. I feel like you really have to get your foot in the door, and once you get that first clear, it you start to understand it. Like because I feel like, especially like, it's just learning the fights is the big thing. Once you start to like really realize, oh, this is the fight, it really clicks and you can start clearing like crazy. But the problem is it's a skill unto its own, being able to learn the fights themselves. So I was planning on going through I was planning on doing some dragon farming soon. Maybe doing minimum item level mine settings, right? Then doing Eden Savage prog. Maybe doing mine setting, maybe not. Maybe doing unsynced for that. We'll see. Mainly because I do want to farm out a bunch of gear at Eden 9 through 12. Um, uh, and then going in trying to start progging the current raid. That's kind of my hope and my plan eventually, not too distant future, in like a month or so, something like that. Maybe I might be clearing Endwalker in like a month. We'll see. I'm not too far. I'm like 2 weekends off before like starting Endwalker. I'm super excited. I loved the Endwalker story.
Think of another.
But yeah, I mean, like the main problem I think with like rating and EX is it just takes a long time. If you don't have the time to like devote to the game for hours, then yeah, that's if you just want to play the game for like 30 minutes to an hour at a time, because it's an MMO, you're not gonna devote 10 minutes a day. You're not gonna get anything done. If you only have like 30 minutes to an hour a day, then yeah, it's not for you, obviously, because it takes a long time. You're gonna hit lockouts like an hour and a half. I think yeah, like an hour and a half for is a lockout, right? 90 minutes usually for an EX or a Savage. You're gonna hit like 1 or 2 lockouts before you clear when you're doing prog a lot of the time. But definitely, I feel like it's definitely something, if you can devote the time, it is definitely something super fun to get into, and I'm super excited to try it. And I would love to have you there, Alex, when we do start to try. I'm not going to discourage anyone from trying to join. If you've never touched Savage in your life, come join. We're gonna be going through. Like I said, I'm going to be trying to do last content EXs first, and then last expansion raid, and then this current expansion's EXs, and then starting to try and prog. So that way, like, I'm gonna start building those skills and getting better at doing it, and then at the same time, anyone who wants to join me can obviously join and build those skills with me. Super excited to do that. It's not gonna be right away because I still got more story I'm trying to get through, more classes to level, things like that.
Person. I mean, I don't think so, guys. I mean, do you guys really think Rich lost anything? I don't think so. I don't think you guys understand how much money Rich made, man. Like, you guys don't understand. Like, he could not stream for like 3 or 4 years and be fine. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's true. Faros, fuck. Oh, man.
Who are they talking about with Rich? Are they talking about Rich from OTK? Right, there's a guy named Rich from OTK, right? They got in trouble like pretty recently, right?
Woo! Nope, nope, nope. Man, we need to make a tier
That guy?
list.
Okay, that's
we
what I
need to
thought.
make a tier list of the
Hey,
top
Rim.
fuck-ups in Final Fantasy history. Pyro's is definitely on there. Pyro's definitely on there. Yo, Pyro's got the speed run record for disaster. Holy shit, I'm just thinking about this. He's the rank 1 speedrunner. Ain't nobody beat his time. How long has he been playing this game? Less than a year? He came over here, had an average of like 5,000 viewers, and then completely destroyed everything. That's insane. Yeah, Pharos is the slap guy.
He just all went
Yeah,
to his
so what
head.
happened with Pharos? He used to stream Final Fantasy 14 a lot. Like, I actually used to be friends with him. Like, me and him would talk like personally and shit. He had a really good following too. He was a little bit over positive, but he was
I'm not really
he had
caring about
some
this right now.
issues. For those of you that weren't aware or that don't know, he wanted to come off as like a very serious raider. So what happened with Pharos was the stupidest shit, man. He had one speed bump that he just didn't let go, and that kind of stuck with him for a little while. And then he had one that was just like way too far, man. So his first thing was, all right, for those of you that don't know, back in the day, on your gear right here.
They're talking about Spudsy in his chat too, which I don't. Oh, Spudsy was in his chat. That's why. Okay, yeah, I see Spudsy Bud. I was like, I know who that is, and I've been in their stream before. That's why. I didn't know if they were talking about something I missed in that. But yeah, so he's talking about Pyro. I'm interested to hear this because I'm getting a good perspective on Pyro's origin. Because like I said, like I jumped in back into Final Fantasy, I don't know, 5 months ago. I've been gone for almost 5 years, and I don't know anything. And even when I did play this game, I wasn't too big into the streaming and the outside of the content. All I really cared about was, oh, a patch notes dropped. Okay, cool. Let's read the patch notes. Let's play the game. So I'm interested to hear about all this because I'm completely outside of it, and then 2, I've been gone for 4 years. Yeah, he went on tangent off for Pharos. Yeah, Gonna give Faros right now, not Pyro. Oh, okay. That's why I skipped, because I noticed he was talking about another guy.
You see how you have like critical hit and all that shit? Well, back in the day, you actually used to be able to meld main stat. Well, in Uwu, he was trying to get a clear and he didn't meld vitality. And instead he melded like crit or something. And like on one of his clear runs, he died by like 15 HP. And the
Yeah, but you wanted to meld crit, right? Because I remember, boy, back in the day, even you melded strength. You didn't give a shit about vitality as a tank. You were like, no, I don't care about vitality. But then they made vitality the main stat, and you would wear the DPS, you'd wear the slaying earrings and jewelry as a tank, because you had enough health to hang, and so you just didn't give a shit about it. All the vitality that you had as a tank came from the left side. You did not care about it on the right side. So you just threw slaying in as much as you could for more DPS.
The thing that made that so cringe was, I'm not gonna
Let's
say
skip.
he like got carried, but he's a decent player. So and
Is he
and
still
then
talking
he
about Pharos?
dies on his clear run by like 15. I
Yeah, he's
think
still talking about
admitting a
Pharos.
mistake is very, very difficult, and it shows who you motherfucker. Like, you're no one special. Everyone makes mistakes, especially you. You know, not being able to admit a mistake, I think, is a weakness. So he didn't want to admit to it, but eventually, he came around. But the way that he admitted to it was this half-assed like thing where he was half wrong. He was only half wrong, but he was still half right. You know what I mean? He was 51% right and 49% wrong, which meant
I don't know. Like I feel like maybe I'd be more popular if I did go like hard in on things and like yelled at the stream, right? But I mean, like I don't know. I always like to sit kind of middle on things, because I can see all the other people's other like ideas and aspects. So I don't know. Is he still talking about Pharos?
ping codes here. Oh, the slap meme. I still got it. This is the thing that I have. It's on my computer. It's not in the Google Doc though. Just to
Okay, slap. He's done talking about Pyro. Okay. Let's see. Did Asmon see anything about Pyro? Or let's look at Pyro. I want to see Pyro's blow up video. Being the genuine you is the best route for almost everyone. Yeah, just be legit. Why I'm like this 9 hours ago.
All right.
Is this an apology video?
Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor,
Wow, that was quiet.
and today we're going to be talking about, well, a couple different topics. I put out a video yesterday, apologize.
That is max volume. He, like, compared to Xenos, he's like half the volume. What the fuck?
For some of the crude words that I said on Twitter, to smaller creators and that kind of thing. And I hope that, those words are...
Okay, hold on. I literally cannot hear him. I have everything maxed out. I gotta put headsets on. I don't know if you guys can hear. But yeah, this is Pyro's apology video about all the random shit he said on Twitter. Gotta wait for my headset to like ping in.
making a difference.
I mean, I'll turn it up on my OBS instead for a second right now as well.
As I'm sitting here recording these videos, it's become pretty apparent to me.
There we go.
I guess a couple things, and there's some things that I would like to address that I see go around and things that get said about me.
Man, he's got a duck shirt on. He's also in Oregon. Man.
And I also want to talk about, mental health. So if you're someone that doesn't believe in mental health issues, then you can click off the video.
So he's going to blame himself being an ass to everybody on just him going through a tough time. Got it.
If you're someone that is gonna go, oh,
Just say sorry. Like you can have these videos. You can talk about how you're going through a hard time. You can talk about how you're stressed and things are difficult. Don't pair it with you're saying sorry for talking crap on a bunch of people on Twitter and getting canceled, essentially, because that just, now you're making excuses, essentially. Make them separate.
oh, well, you know, don't blame it on your mental issues, Pyro, and not really hear out what I want to say to you, then, you know, that's unfortunate. But I really do urge you, especially if you don't really know much about ADHD, I would highly recommend just kind of hearing out what I have to say. Just so you guys can.
Hold on, what? So he's blaming like tweeting out random like angry tweets on ADHD.
Understand like why I am the way that I am. So first off, there's one comment that I see circulate all the time, and that is Pyro.
Yeah, this like instantly, like we're a minute and 48 seconds in, and he said, "I'm sorry for this, but I have mental problems, and if you don't care about mental issues, then just get out. And here's why I did the things I did because of my mental issues." At no point has he like he started saying sorry, yes. But at no like he said sorry and then tangent essentially. The tangent is I have ADHD. I don't like this. Like he should have made these two separate. If he wanted to talk about how he's having a hard time right now, like mentally, like a lot of people do this, right? One of my favorite streamers and YouTubers, CNanners, right? He left because he wasn't in a good mental state, and he left. He blew off the internet completely, and he's come back a little bit. Like he's had a couple streams, he's gotten a couple videos, but like make that its own video if you want to talk about that. Don't because all you're doing is like, I'm sorry, but I was right, is essentially what all this is coming out as.
Does this every 2 to 4 months, every 4 to 6 months, every blah 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 blah. Unfortunately, the truth is that this actually didn't happen until I started playing Final Fantasy 14. Now, I said in my video yesterday that I've long been reactionary and things like that, which is true. But I think since I
So he's not to blame for the things he said on Twitter because of Final Fantasy 14 and his ADHD. Got it.
started playing 14, I've tried to be more like more aware of you know, just the way that I feel, I guess. Like I think Final Fantasy 14 has a lot of focus on feelings and processing of trauma.
I mean, the main story, definitely.
I think that, and I put out a video a while back saying like Final Fantasy 14 is like therapy for me, and that was true. Like I think that it really exposed me to it like kind of dug up some trauma, you know, and I think that made me want to be more aware and want to try to do better. So frankly, like videos where I go on and I'm like, hey guys, my bad, you know, that was a bad take. Like that didn't really used to happen that much. And truthfully, like I don't have to do those videos. Like
So what he's saying is that when he played WoW, he was more of a hard ass and more like riding the line like Asmon does, kind of thing. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not sorry, man. I just say what it is. But and now he's playing 14, he is more sensitive to those, and that's why he's getting the back. I don't know where he's going with this.
I could just ignore the drama, like what some people might do, and pretend like I didn't do anything wrong and move on. But the thing is that part of the reason why you guys,
Or you could try and grow and learn from the mistakes you've made because you've blown up multiple times on stream, and could try to just be a better person, more cool and collected, instead of tweeting out very angry statements or blowing up in the middle of your stream.
feel like I do this.
That's that. I don't like excuses. I've been a boss before. I took a step down when I changed because it was a pay grade, and I stepped down from leadership. My last position, but when I was a supervisor and stuff like that, I always tell people like I don't like excuses. Don't tell me excuses. Like like you can like, why are you late for work? Oh, I had a flat tire. Oh, it was this and it was this and it was this. Every single one of those things is an excuse. Okay, you were late for work. Okay, What are you going to do to not be late next time? Oh, you leave 5 minutes earlier. You check your tires before you leave. Cool. Done. And we move on. So a lot of apology videos always irk me because it's always just excuses. Also, if you guys ever catch me on excuses, like just type excuse. Because like I do hate excuses, but I will give them myself because it's human nature. Just call me out on it. Please do. Have fun doing it too.
So often is because I try to take responsibility for it when I do something. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think most other streamers do that. Like I've really tried to take responsibility for when I have moments. I've really tried to, let people know when I feel like I've misspoken or just really went down the wrong path of words. But sometimes, you have moments of weakness. And for people that's, again, that say this happens every couple months, guys, I have a literal psychological
Mr. GM made a tweet yesterday. He said that there are his TV screen because he can't afford a monitor.
Where's his actual blow up? Here it is.
Want to try and simp for that fucking company.
All right. 1 minute.
I need to find where the actual video is. Where's the actual? There was a video he had like recently where he like blew up, or like kind of recently. Let's go meltdown. That's the apology video. Here's that blow up right now.
You know what isn't in there actually? $60 level boosts.
So he's like mad about, I don't know. I was gonna show the video where he was like literally yelling at his chat because he was in Shadowbringers, I think, in game, and he was like standing on a rock, and he was like there's a couple of streamers of like followers like in the game around him, and he took a second, he was just like yelling at them. Like I was gonna pull that up just because of what he just like said right here, but I'm bad. So
months, guys, I have a literal psychological disorder that causes behavioral issues.
the cash shop one is the one that got super big. That's not the one I saw. The one I saw was him just like yelling at his chat, like in Calusia, I think, and he was just like, you need to sub to me. And it was bad. It was like a month ago. It was like the original. It was like right before the whole Lalafell Lifter drama like also kicked in with Xenosis.
ADHD is not being hyper, that you can't sit still, that you can't pay attention. If that's all that you think ADHD is, you're wrong. It goes.
That's how I even knew he existed, because I didn't know he existed before then. Because I've been away from this game for 5 years, and I just got back into it like 4 or 5 months ago.
It goes much deeper. ADHD, especially for me, comes with a slew of other symptoms like dealing with imposter syndrome and feeling like even with, the amount of work that I put in over the years that I don't really deserve it, or like it doesn't make sense that it's there. This kind of thing, this disorder causes me to feel rejection at the slightest thing. And if you've ever felt like rejected from a group of people or by a friend, like sometimes I think rejection or maybe even extreme sadness can kind of manifest as like a pain in your chest, like a pressure, like a discomfort. And I feel that all the time. Truthfully, I probably shouldn't be a streamer. I probably shouldn't be here, because as someone
Should we end this now and go back to Final Fantasy 14? I think that's the point.
who has mental health issues and is transparent about them, not only do I
You can have the problems and you can be a streamer. one of the biggest social media people of all time is very open about having ADHD. I think most large like content creators do. I watched his MSQ run when he wasn't being an overreactive dickbag. He had some interesting insights into the lore and good reactions. So that's good, but at the same time, he was still being an overreactive dickbag. I was pretty tired of him by the time he finished. Yeah. I say, but like, so he's talking about ADHD, and like, I will name a couple people right now who 100% have ADHD, and are way more. It actually lends itself a lot to content creating. So we got Linus, Sebastian from Linus Tech Tips, constantly talks about how he has ADHD and that helps him. We got Markiplier, one of the biggest YouTubers ever. I'll name out like the three big ones: PewDiePie, Sean, Jacksepticeye, Ethan Nestor, all pretty open that they have like ADHD, and they are like far and above way larger streamers than Pyro or I don't even, yeah, Jack streams. I don't know if Mark streams, but like they stream a ton, they make all these YouTube videos, and they have ADHD. And they are very open about it as well. Also, I had another one in my head. Oh, I'm pretty sure Asbon has ADHD. Look at the dude. So if he doesn't have executive dysfunction disorder with how clean he has his house, which is a large part of ADHD, by the way, if you didn't know that, executive dysfunction disorder is the ability to be like, I need to clean, and you just can't do it. So yeah, I don't think that ADHD is I don't know, like so many other people have it that are kind and don't blow up. I missed the last message. I was around for like 5 streams. Then he went off at me because I said that Bluetooth wasn't good for rhythm games, and he didn't like that. But it's not. Bluetooth innately has lag. I'm trying to think of the actual term for it though. It's not actually lag. It's input lag. There's technically like a split-second difference where it has to travel, and wired is faster. So yeah, you're okay. That does sound like him though.
I get people
from what
that
I can
say
tell.
that it's not real, and then I'm using it as a crutch, which is just really, really unfortunate, because when you tell people that their mental.
I don't think it's not real. I don't think you're using it as a crutch. I do think that other people who are even more successful than you have it and use it to their advantage, and so it's not an excuse. Latency, thank you. And I definitely understand leaving because of that. I've immediately stopped watching and unfollowed streamers for blowing up at me over nothing. No, it doesn't. What are you talking about? The latency is so low now that literally no human could ever notice. I would know. I worked 5 years at a Best Buy. Okay, I was not going to comment on his appearance, but that line, I worked 5 years at a Best Buy. Okay, he's got Oregon Ducks, right? He's got the like kind of goatee going on, very millennial look to him. He looks millennial, right? I live in Oregon. You got 2 people in Oregon. Like really you really got 2 people in Oregon. You got the people who don't live in the city, which there's like 3 in the entire state. And when I say the city, I mean like go to like your nearest town that has like a decent like town, and that's a city in Oregon. Cause it's either a college town, which is like Eugene, Corvallis, or Salem, because they're 2 separate cities, but they're essentially one, and Portland. You got Medford a little bit, but I'm talking about Medford. And I guarantee you this dude is just a Portland boy or a Corvallis, and like never leaves the city. He goes on like the nature walks just outside his town. And the other people in Portland and in Oregon are farmers and go hunting as much as they possibly can. I guarantee you he's the first one.
Mental health issues are a crutch, you're really being like, you really don't have any empathy. Like, it's really hard to put myself out on the internet and like,
By the way, a lot of people, anyone who would be watching this, because I'm gonna put this on YouTube, you're gonna take that and maybe apply some political skews to that. I sit pretty even. I think everybody is dumb and stupid. And so I'm not trying to apply any political views to him at all. I'm just saying that he probably is like a town boy, city boy in Oregon, and that's just it. That just screams to me the like I worked 5 years at Best Buy. Okay, I know what I'm talking about.
see feedback, you know, coming from people that are, you know, they're sitting there making fun of me. They're sitting there making fun of me having, you know,
Well, now I'm called out.
issues with sensitivity and like, I didn't even mention this in my last video, but I take I mean, I mentioned that I take medication, which people make fun of me for. Like, I've seen comments making fun of me for taking pharmaceutical medication for my issues. Like, so I mean, it's very
Is he talking about the fun drugs? He's talking about legal meth. I wanted to try that because I think I might have ADHD. I haven't been diagnosed. That costs a lot of money. I don't know if you guys know this. If you weren't diagnosed with ADHD as a kid, to get diagnosed as an adult, it's like thousands. And most insurances don't cover the test.
very clear.
And you like need it to be like the test in order to get like not get like drug seeking habits from like a lot of doctors to be like, hey, I think I have this. Can I try some Adderall? Like, nope.
That there's a
I also haven't
there's
tried, so I don't
people
know.
out there that like flat out don't believe it or don't acknowledge it or don't care. It seems like to me that when you have to stop and consider, like, maybe Pyromancer isn't emotionally stable, like maybe like this guy does have something going on where, you know, maybe like his emotions get out of hand and like it's not, he doesn't process things normally, like, and to stop and I think acknowledge that is hard for a lot of people because I think they don't want to believe, you know, people don't want to believe that it's
Has anyone else seen this? Like, is there gonna be a well worded apology at any point, or like like anything besides the "I'm sorry" at the very beginning?
not always like voluntary. Like, I didn't have I take two medications. I take Lexapro, which is an antidepressant, and I take Wellbutrin, which is a mood stabilizer. And I didn't have Wellbutrin for 5 days before I made posts on Twitter. So I get, you know, I get up in
That
arms
sounds
and I
more
get
like
frustrated and I'm
bipolar
feeling
disorder
this
than
frustration
ADHD.
and this kind of like tumultuous like emotion kind of boiling over in me, and then it spills out into words. And so for people, you know, once again, people saying like, oh, this happens every couple months, guys, this is a lifelong issue.
Yeah.
You don't cure this. There isn't a cure for ADHD. There's no cure for
Also, like, I don't know, mood stabilizer and an antidepressant for like ADHD. Like, yeah, sure. I know you take those kinds of things for it, but like, also that sounds a lot like, and like the what he's talking about. I mean, I'm talking out of my ass, 100%. Not a doctor, not a psychologist, but sounds like bipolar, not ADHD to me.
like the traumatic experiences that I've undergone that have shaped my social skills, like, and shaped my emotional stability, like years of abuse, homelessness, bullying. I went to almost a dozen different schools growing up. My real dad fucking died in his 40s because he was a meth addict and fucking died from having a stroke because he didn't take care of his body. And like, I don't, you know, like having a very abusive, you know, stepfather and exposing myself to a lot of vitriol on the internet that frankly, like, people, like I said, people with my types of like personality disorders like shouldn't be doing. Like this isn't healthy for even a normal person to expose themselves to the amount of like unfiltered critique and feedback from people on the internet.
Okay, so is this your statement? Are you going to end this statement with saying that's why I'm leaving the internet? Because right now you're throwing a lot out and not giving any solutions, not expressing your solution. You're just saying a lot of stuff. Yeah, it sucks to go through all that kind of stuff. I'm sure a lot of other people have also gone through all that stuff. I'm not going to talk about the problems I've gone through. I have a lot I could say, and I probably will eventually say that stuff on stream. I'm not really hiding it. I just don't want to do like a trauma comparison kind of thing. His traumas are 100% real, but at the same time, does that excuse your actions? Like, is there an apology going to be coming, or are you going to be like you keep on saying you shouldn't be on the internet? So are you going to finish this by saying that's why I'm not going to be on the internet?
It's not good for your brain, and especially like for my brain that panics when it feels rejected or feels, you know, made to look dumb and that kind of stuff. You know, it's a very reactionary, very physical feeling that I can't really like explain to you, but there's so much more that accompanies a mental disorder like ADHD than just hyperactivity. It's such like a cliche. It's such like a
Okay, we're still on ADHD.
and like I can go on and on about it. There's so many misconceptions about ADHD
let's
that
skip a
are
little bit.
captured live on a camera, and for you guys, it's not. You don't have to live a life like
Okay,
that.
he's still
You don't
he's
have to
still
live a
talking
life
about
under
his
a
ADHD.
process for not just me, but it's it's just not.
Okay, Pyro blew up on Twitter and got a lot of his community really mad, and essentially was saying, let's pull the Xenos' video back up. We'll watch the very beginning of it again real quick. So cuz he showed the tweets at the very beginning of it right here.
Google Doc though, just to give.
So let's do here. So here's one. He says someone was complaining about the ads. So then he said, well, if you aren't subbing, then you may as well unfollow and leave the stream because you aren't doing anything to support the streamer. Sorry if that makes you feel guilty or something, but it's the truth. Before that, he said something else. Where's it at? Here it is. Yeah, here's another one. He said, sorry to tell you this because it's going to break your little hearts. But if you're a streamer that doesn't even average 3 to 5 viewers, you aren't much of a streamer. Stop walking around spouting opinions about streaming as if you have any idea what's going on. Sorry, not sorry. So he's yeah, so he got a lot of people mad. This is his apology video, which started with him saying sorry for the things I said on Twitter, and then has just gone into like what ADHD is and like his mental problems. Yeah. He said sorry for all the things I said on Twitter, but I have ADHD and I have this and these are all the problems I have, and I'm waiting for him to, like, he keeps on saying like the internet is not a good place for him, for his head. So I keep waiting for him to say, so that's why I'm leaving the internet. I'm done with the internet. I'm taking a break. I'm walking away. Because if that's the only like actual conclusion that this video should have based on everything he said, he's essentially blaming it on ADHD. Yeah.
It's not a good
Here.
situation, and you know, there's React videos.
Like I was saying, like because he's saying like people with ADHD shouldn't be like streamers, but then I brought up like, what are you talking about? You got Markiplier, Ethan Nestor, Linus Sebastian, Jacksepticeye. They're all open ADHD people who are like some of the biggest streamers and YouTubers in existence.
That are basically just making money at the expense of someone's mental health. And I'm sorry to put it that way, but like it's kind of what's happening. It's like you get to have an opinion piece on someone who's struggling with their mental health, and look like.
So he's talking about me essentially right now because I'm reacting to him, and so he's saying he's essentially calling me out for reacting to him breaking down and blowing up and making an apology video, I guess. I mean, I'm not making money off it. I don't have enough views on YouTube, but still.
Guy because it's Pyromancer, so it's like in style to kind of shit on him.
I mean, he's also talking about Xenos and
that just sucks.
Asmon.
That's just how I feel lately, and how I felt for like a long time. It's why I haven't really put out any serious videos or real content in a while, because I just don't feel. I don't know. I feel like a joke. I don't know. And that sucks. But I don't know. I guess I wanted to make this video to just illustrate to you guys, like, more so that I am human, and I am struggling with my mental health always. And frankly, like I said, I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't even be here.
Yes. So where are you saying that you're going to take like a month or two away from the internet and shut off?
But because I can talk, somehow streaming and making YouTube videos worked out for me. And you know, that's pretty much it. I don't really have a lot else to say besides that. I guess I will say one more thing, I guess. Like, I saw that Asmongold did a reaction video. You guys might not know this, but I've been on Asmongold's stream with him like 2 or 3 times. Been on there, talked with him, talked with McConnell. So I've spoken to Asmongold personally, and I think that he knows a little bit more of like where I'm coming from. Asmon was more familiar with me from the World of Warcraft space, which was nice because, you know, I got to go on and like talk about like footage of me. I mean, think about this. Like, I stream 160 hours a month.
Okay.
For over 2 years now, which is crazy.
I'm just skipping ahead a little bit.
It's been that long, but I've also had why you would ever say that to someone. For the record, I'm not, because even if my channel got hurt more than it has, it still pays more than a regular job. And 2, like, if I end up having to go back to a regular job, like, I hope you guys understand that, like, it's like a 50% loss, like 50% win. Because, like, it sucks that I wouldn't be able to, like, stream anymore. But at the same time, I also wouldn't have to deal with all
So, no, he's not saying that he's going to take a break, even though he keeps saying that he needs to.
The drama and hate that I receive on the internet, you know? It wouldn't exist. I mean, it might, but I wouldn't have to fucking look at it anymore. I wouldn't, you know? So, it's like, people say really crude, terrible things, and, you know, they want you to fail, and they want these things, and they'll put out videos about you to make money from it. And I'm gonna just say this: if you go and you look at other videos like Xenosis Vex, he reacted to the video too. It's gonna be one of his most viewed videos. I already know, because his last video on the drama from before is his highest viewed video in like the last year. And I also want to point that out.
That's because React sells, and you and drama sells. And you blowing up his drama. That's why.
Like, people do definitely kind of farm the Pyromancer name for like drama, and I do think that it's really sad that like the most viewed videos, especially in the Final Fantasy 14 space, seem to be about drama. And regardless,
I feel like that's anywhere. But that's true. Anything and everywhere. Drama is the most viewed videos. Because drama sells.
Of whether or not I'm even necessarily at the center of it, but if you put my name in your title, the video gets like 100,000 views.
Good to know. I will definitely be doing that with this.
And I'm just saying, you guys, like, it is advantageous to these other streamers for me to have meltdowns, for them to take advantage of it, for them to try to assert moral.
Okay, he keeps saying, like, so now he's just talking about people reacting, and that they just react to him. That's all he's really saying. He's going in circles a little bit. But I just want him to say that he needs to take a break, because he keeps on saying that it's not a safe place for him and his mental issues. So it's not a safe place, the internet itself. So take a break, dude. Come on.
else's mental health, like let's meme it and make some money off of it. So it just is what it is. I mean, if people are proud to do that, then that's cool. But like,
Oh yeah.
it's kind of gross, in my opinion. It's kind of gross.
Okay.
Try to put on there. That's it. I mean, I'm a person, and I struggle with mental health. I really do. And this isn't. So, thanks for watching, and I will meet.
Yeah, he doesn't even know what the sorry. So here's the sorry.
All right. Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor, and today we're going to be talking about, well, a couple different topics. I put out a video yesterday, apologizing for some of the crude words.
Oh, this wasn't the apology video. What was the apology video? Wait, what?
Moving on.
He actually had an apology video? Twitch ad drama. That's another 18 minutes. Why I'm like this. Okay, so I was being a dumbass earlier, and I was saying make it. So he did what I said earlier. Make an apology video and make another video like that. I wasn't entirely sure. I don't think we're gonna watch this though, because I think we got enough of it out of the last one to kind of get his actual. I feel like this was the apology video he had to make, and I feel like this was how he actually felt. I plan on doing some more Final Fantasy next couple days. Maybe we'll watch the ad drama tomorrow. I'm glad that wasn't his apology video though, because like I was saying in the middle of it, right? Like he should like split the apology and the this is why I suck video, which he did. Taking a break from the internet is probably going to be the best thing for him. That's what I was saying, and I was waiting for him to like recognize that in the video and say it, but it never came, which really does suck. And like the main thing is like he even commented on people saying like for him to like leave the internet, right? And he was like calling them out like kind of angrily. And I do hope that, because it is the best thing for him, but I know anyone who's going to be saying that to him, he's also going to be angry and blow up on them, which just based on like who he is and from what I've seen, that seems like what he would do, which is also something really sad. Like, when people have the best intentions for you and it's just not what you want to hear, is never, it always does suck. But also his job too, so unless he has savings that can get him through a month or so, it might not be an option for him. That is true, but at the same time, like even if you take out streaming from the equation, right? If your actual job is causing you mental instability and mental distress, find another job. If you are actively like having like these kinds of reactions at work, never mind if you just getting fired for having those kind of blow-ups at work, right? Because imagine someone actually at a retail store like at Walmart blowing up on a customer the way he's done in a lot of these videos, talking to his chat. He'd be fired. The loot impulse was too strong. Did you grab ads and I missed them or something? Oh. But I think there's a couple of chats I need to read, but let me get this thought out. Yeah, like it's if you're having troubles just at work, anyways, and like your boss gives you is giving you a lot of hard time and makes it really difficult for you to have like mental stability, that's you need to quit your job. So it doesn't change that that it's a streamer. He still needs to understand that his job is not healthy for him, and he needs to change professions. That's true for anyone, right? So him stepping away from the internet would just be the answer for that.